Welcome to all for this session. Today class we are going to discuss about radius of curvature. So before knowing the concept of radius of curvature, we should understand the concept of curvature. We should have to know what is curvature. Okay. If you take a curve, this is on a x-axis and y-axis in a plane. Is an arc is there now. You can call this an A, B. The length of this one we call as an S, and you draw a tangent. This is a tangent. Triangle will be psi. Okay. To understand the concept of curvature, if you take an arc of a circle, arc means a part of this. It's an AB is an arc. You can call this an AB is an arc. The length of arc is S. Okay. You can draw a tangent. It make an angle of psi. The psi, the rate of change of psi changes with respect to S is called as a curvature. Simply you can write down like this. Here. The rate of change of, you have to remember, the rate of change of psi changes with respect to S is called curvature. Note it like that. D psi by D S. This is called as a curvature. The rate of change of psi change with respect to S called as a curvature. If you take the reciprocal of this, if you take the reciprocal of the curvature, then we call as a radius of curvature. This is called curvature. Means the rate of change of, this is the rate of change of psi with respect to S called curvature. So usually denoted like this. Denoted as derivative. That means with respect to time. The rate of change means with respect to time. So the angle will be changed with respect to S is called as a curvature. If you take the reciprocal of this, reciprocal of curvature, called radius of curvature, If you take the reciprocal of this, we get like this, ds by d psi, and denoted by symbol, and denoted by symbol we have to use rho. It is an absolute value. It's a modulus of ds by d psi. So this is we call as a radius of curvature. Okay. If you take an arc, AB is an arc, the length is S. The rate of change of psi, that is an angle between a tangent and the initial line, psi, the rate of change of psi changes with respect to S called as a curvature. Okay. If you take the reciprocal of this one, so that means what is the reciprocal of this one? This is ds by d psi. This is called as the radius of curvature. So it denoted by symbol rho equal to ds by d psi. Okay. First they mention only evaluation of the problems for different radius of curvature. The four concept is there now. One is Cartesian, parametric, polar, then pedal. Okay. In all the four cases, you have to remember only the formula. That means results. Using that result, we have to find out the radius of curvature. Okay. Just radius of curvature for different curve. Here we concentrate only on three. One is Cartesian, polar, then after that pedal. Okay. Radius of curvature, first one for Cartesian curve. Cartesian curve. So this is the formula we are used here. Rho equal to 1 plus your y1 is the derivative, y1 square, then whole to the power of 3 by 2 divided by y2. This is the formula we are used to find out the radius of curvature for Cartesian curve. And the second one, polar curve. It is rho equal to r square plus r1 square whole power 3 by 2, then whole divided by r square plus 2 times of r1 square minus r into r2. Remember, here r1 is the derivative of the function, the first order derivative with respect to theta. R2 is the second order derivative with respect to theta. Here also same thing. For the Cartesian curve, y1 is the first order derivative with respect to x. y2 is also first order derivative with respect to x, the second order derivative. This is for polar, then pedal. Pedal curve, we have to use rho equal to r into dr by dp. So these are the formulas we are used to find out the radius of curvature for different types of curve. The first one is Cartesian curve, the second one is polar curve, third one is pedal. Parametric is also there, but is not there in your syllabus now. So that's why I am skipping that parametric form. Okay. So using all these three results, we are going to solve some problems regarding about finding the radius of curvature. Okay. So keeping in mind for this. So before going to the problem, you have to understand the concept, what are the things we are going to find out. That is a working procedure. Suppose I am going to find out the radius of curvature in case of Cartesian curve. I have to use this formula. Okay. So I am going to erase all these things. And I am going to use this formula for Cartesian curve. Okay. So what are the things we are going to find out? Just have to use the working procedure. First you find what given curve. In the Cartesian curve, what they given, have to find out the first order and second order derivative. Then after that, I am going to substitute in this equation and make a simplification work. We get the required radius of curvature. Okay. Now I am going to solve some problems. Find the radius of curvature. Find the radius of curvature. Find the radius of curvature for the curve. For the curve y square equal to 4a square 2a minus x, then whole divided by x, where the curve meets with the x-axis. This is the problem they given. So in this problem, they doesn't giving a point of intersection also. You should have to find out the point of intersection. One clue is they given in the problem. Find the radius of curvature for this curve, and it meets the curve at x-axis. If the point meet the curve at x-axis, the another point y they become 0. Okay. If curve meets x-axis, assume y equal to 0. First we are going to find the point of intersection. For point of intersection, we have to assume y equal to 0 because the curve is in x-axis, then y-axis automatically they become 0. Now put y equal to in this curve, the given equation becomes what happens, just you have to check it now. 0 equal to 4a square, then 2a minus x by x. If we make a cross multiplication or simplification work for this, 0 and this also comes here, we have 2a minus x, then we have x equal to 2a. So what we get now here, the point of intersection, now we find out the point of intersection. So now we got the x value when y equal to 0. The point of intersection is the point of intersection is 2a comma 0. So now we got the point of intersection 2a comma 0. After finding this point of intersection, now we are going to find out the radius of curvature for a given curve. Okay. So if you find out the radius of curvature, just you have to remember the result. So it is a Cartesian curve because they are having only a coordinates x and y, then you decide that it is a Cartesian coordinates. For Cartesian coordinates, we have to use this formula for finding the radius of curvature, that is rho equal to 1 plus y1 square, then y2 this one. So if using this formula, I wanted to first order and second order derivatives. If you want first and second order derivative, using the curve and differentiate that one. Okay. Now take down the curve. What is that curve? Your y square equal to, so better to split the denominator or multiplication of that one, simplified form, that is an 8 times of a power 3 minus 4a square x, then whole divided by x. Just have to simplification of this one. If you multiply it inside, this becomes 8 a power 3 minus 4a square, then whole divided by x. So why I am doing, it's very easy for doing a differentiation work. So that's why I make a simplification for this. We get y square equal to 8a power 3 by x, then minus 4a square x by x. We make a simplification of work. What we get now here, y square should be equal to 8a cube by x minus 4a square. Now we cover reduced in this form, that is y square equal to 8a cube by x minus 4a square. So after reducing this in simplified form, now I am going to find out the first and second order derivative, what we need for the formula. Okay. Now differentiate with respect to x. If you differentiate this one with respect to x, it is 2y into y1. The derivative, we write down the derivative dy by dx as an y1 should be equal to 8a cube is a constant. The differentiation of 1 by x with respect to x, this becomes minus 1 by x square. It is a constant function, they become 0. What we get now here, if we divide by 2, we get y into y1 should be equal to minus times of 4 a cube. You shift to numerator, it's quite very easy for doing the further differentiation. You shift to numerator, they become x to the power of minus 2. Okay, it's clear. So then y1 it should be equal to minus 4a power 3 then x power minus 2, then whole divided by y. Now I am going to point of intersection. At point of intersection, what the value they given? So now we are going to find out that one. Okay. At 2a comma 0, what we get now? 4 a power 3, then x power minus 2 divided by y. So what happened now? Check it here now. In place of x, you put 2a. So this become minus 4a power 3, 2a whole power minus 2 divided by 0. What it gives? See, this become minus 4a power 3, 2a whole power minus 3, then whole divided by 0. It should be give infinity. Now I got infinity. What shows that? The curve at the point 2a comma 0, you get the infinity derivative. We don't want that infinity. Now I'm going to converse in terms of a valued function. You take the reciprocal of this. Okay. Now taking reciprocal. So infinity is 1 by 0. If you take the reciprocal, they become what? They become 0, and the derivative dy by dx is reduced to dx by dy. If you take the reciprocal of this become, simply I am writing here now, this is your dy by dx. If you take the reciprocal, this become dx by dy, and simply we call as an x1. It should be equal to, if you take the reciprocal, minus y divided by 4a cube, then x power minus 2, or simply minus y x square, a shift to numerator positive value, then it becomes, now what we get? X1 at 2a comma 0. So this becomes 0. The value of x1, that is simply x1 is dx by dy. You have to remember, when you get an infinity of the first order derivative, you change the derivative dy by dx in terms of dx by dy. Okay. Now I am going to find out the next thing is an x2, that is the second order derivative. That means we have to differentiate the function with respect to y, not with respect to x. You have to keep in your mind, because we are getting an infinity, you have to change the function in this form. Okay. Now we find x2. Now I am going to find out the x2. x2 means you have to remember, this is d square x by d y square. Okay. Now we are going to differentiate this one with respect to y. This is and become an x2 minus 1 by 4a power 3. Now differentiation this one with respect to y, you have to remember, first into second. First into 2x, they become x1. It's dx by dy. Plus second into first, with respect to y, you putting 1. Then whole divided by. So it is a product rule. There is no denominator function will be appear. Okay. First into second, then second into first. Then substitute the point. Then x2 at 2a comma 0. That means in place of x you put 2a, in place of y you put 0. What happened? Now check it here now. Minus 1 by 4a cube is a constant, keeping as it is. In place of y you putting 0, the term entire they become 0. In place of x you put 2a minus 1 by 4a cube into, so this is the term 0, plus 2a whole square. That will give 4a power square 4a cube. So we have an x2 value minus 1 by. Now after getting x1 and x2, your x1 value 0, x2 value minus 1 by a. Then apply the result, the radius of curvature in case of Cartesian. One thing you have to remember here, this is the formula what I am writing here is the radius of curvature for a curve y equal to f of x. That means y is dependent on x. But this result, whenever if you find out in the first order derivative, the results entirely change. That means these two are interchanging. Okay, x is dependent on y. For this result, you have to remember. In that case, we have to use the formula. It's an absolute value. Rho should be equal to 1 plus x1 square whole power 3 by 2 divided by x2. You have to remember. Okay. Understand why I am changing in terms of y1 to x1. You have to remember again. So this is the result for y equal to f of x for a curve. And this is the results for a curve. This is for curve x equal to f of y. Where it will be changed, that you have to keep in your mind. So that is very important. Because the first order derivative becomes an infinity. If it is get infinity, we have to interchange their positions. Dependent to independent, then independent to dependent. So then the curve will be changed in the form of x equal to f of y. It's clear? So then what the obtaining value have to substitute? Here you get absolute value rho should be equal to 1 plus the value of x1 is 0, then whole to the power of 3 by 2, then whole divided by x2 value is minus 1 by a. It is an absolute value. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 having any power is 1. Then is an absolute value 1 by a. A shift to here, rho is a. Is the required radius of curvature. It's clear? So find the radius of curvature for the curve y equal to 4 sin x minus sin 2x at the point pi by 2. Okay. So our duty is, so now we are going to find out y1 and y2 for find out the radius of curvature. Okay. So your y is 4 sin x minus sin 2x. Now differentiate this one with respect to x. Differentiate with respect to x. What we get now here? This become y1 should be equal to 4 times of cos x minus 2 times of cos 2x. Okay. So here also we find out what happens if y1 at pi by 2. That means the value of yx they given us only. The y is automatically 0. If you giving x equal to at x equal to pi by 2, what happens? Cos 90 is 0 minus 2 times of cos 2 into pi by 2. Cancel off this one. 0 minus 2 times of cos pi. What is the value of cos pi? It is minus 1. The value of cos pi is minus 1. We get 2. We get y1. Okay. So now I got the value of y1. So now find out the y2. To find y2. What the obtaining here y1? The differentiate again. Differentiate y1 with respect to x again. Now differentiation of y1 with respect to x. What we get now here? y2. Your y1 become y2. 4 times of cos become minus sin x minus 2 times of, again your cos become minus 2 into sine 2x. Now what is substitution everything here? Y2 equal to minus 4 times of, in place of x you put pi by 2, at pi by 2, sine pi by 2 minus into minus plus 4 times of sine 2 into pi by 2. These two are cancelled. Now what is the value of sine 90? It is 1 plus 4 times of sine pi. What is the value of sine pi? The sine pi value is 0. It is minus 4 plus 0. In generally, we have the value of y2 is minus 4. Now after getting y1 and y2, now substitute in your formula radius of curvature in form of Cartesian form. Here, if you compare to the previous problem, we are changing because the first order derivative will become infinity in the previous problem, but not now here. y1 and y2 directly is there now. So that shows that y is dependent on x. In this problem, x is an independent variable. Power 3 by 2 or 4, or simply, if you make a square root of this, 5 root 5 by 4 is the required solution of this particular problem. Okay. The radius of curvature in case of Cartesian curve. Use this formula. y1 should be equal to 1 plus y1 square whole power 2 divided by y2. Use this formula. Now y1 equal to 1 plus minus 2 whole square, then whole power 3 by 2 divided by minus 4. It's an absolute value. It's a rho. The radius of curvature in case of Cartesian curve, rho equal to 1 plus y1 square whole power 3 by 2, then divided by y2. Now substitute the respective values. 1 plus, what is your y1 value? Is minus 2 whole square, then whole power 3 by 2, then minus 4. We make a simplification of this. Whole square they become positive value. It is 1 plus 4 whole power 3 by 2 divided by 4. You should have to take the absolute value. So now we are going to solve some more problems. That means finding the radius of curvature in case of polar curves. That problems we can solve now. So before solving the polar curves, find out the radius of curvature for polar curve, we must remember the results. What that results is, use this result, P equal to R into sin phi. To remember, whenever we are going to find out the radius of curvature in case of polar curves. Okay. So this is P equal to R sin phi, you have to remember. Then after that, for radius of curvature, it is rho equal to R into dr by dp. We have to remember these two results are very important whenever we find out in the radius of curvature in case of polar curves. Show that, okay, that type of. Show that, sometimes they ask like that, show that radius of curvature, radius of curvature of the curve r power n is equal to a power n cos n theta, where is inversely as r power n minus 1. Where is inversely r power n minus 1. Okay. Now this is the solution. First we should extract the value of phi. If using this formula, I need here phi. To remember the result, angle between radius vector and the tangent. If remembering that result, then extract the value of phi. Okay. R power n, then a power n cos n theta. Now taking log on both sides. Taking log on both sides. If you're taking log on both sides, this becomes n into log r equal to n into log a plus logarithm of cos n theta. Okay. Now differentiate with respect to theta. Now differentiate with respect to theta. This is n 1 by r dr by d theta should be equal to, this term becomes 0 because a constant function. The differentiation of this one is first logarithmic function. It comes to denominator cos n theta minus n time of sin n theta. Then n into, simply can write down as a cot phi should be equal to, then n into tan n theta. Now these two n will be cancelled. Now cancel these two n, then cot phi equal to minus times of tan n theta. Now convert tan in terms of cot. We have to use cot 90 plus n theta using allied angles. Now these two are cancelled. We get the phi value is 90 plus n theta. Now I got the cot value. Phi value is 90 plus n theta. Now use your pedal equation. We know that pedal equation P equal to R times of sin phi. Okay. Then put it here now. P equal to R into sin 90 plus n theta. Then P equal to R into sin 90 plus n theta, it becomes cos n theta. Okay. So now go to elimination. In the pedal equation, it should containing only P and R. We don't want cos n theta. If you go to elimination, that use the given problem. What they given you have to use here now. Now take a substitution for cos n theta. Here R power n, A power n, cos n theta. R power n by A power n equal to cos n theta. I am going to substitute here. P equal to R into R power n by A power n. Make a cross multiplication. A power n. P equal to R power n plus 1. Now the equation obtained in the form of a pedal. So next, so I wanted to radius of curvature. If you want radius of curvature, we need this result. R equal to, rho equal to R into dr by dp. Now we have P. I wanted to dp by dr means differentiate this one with respect to R. Now differentiate with respect to R because I wanted to dp by dr. An, then this become dp by dr should be equal to differentiation with respect to R, they become n plus 1, then R power n with the differentiation concept. Then after that, I want dp by d. What we get now? dp by dr should be equal to n plus 1 divided by an into R power n. Now I wanted to dr by dp. Take the reciprocal. If you take the reciprocal of this, taking reciprocal, taking reciprocal, this become dr by dp, that is a power n by n plus 1 into 1 by r power n. If I am going to write down this as a rho, one of the term will be needed. What is that term? R. Now I am going to multiply this one by R. Multiplied by R both sides. We get R into dr by dp should be equal to, this is constant of proportionality, keeping as it is, R by r power n. Now send this term to denominator and also write down the notation for this. This has become a rho. See here, for the pedal curve, rho is R into dr by dp. Now I'm going to write down here, R into dr by dp is a rho, and this is a constant, keeping as it is, an by n plus 1, and send it to denominator. This become r power n minus 1. Then rho is inversely proportional to r power n minus 1. This is a constant of proportionality. We can write down as a proportional symbol. It is a constant. This become 1 divided by n minus 1, or simply radius of curvature is inversely proportional to r power n minus 1. It's clear?